Of course. You're saying about your car though?
Yeah.
I saw that your fucking whole tire was like, and in the bottom of it was like.
Should we say hi first? What's up, guys?
What up, guys?
Oh, hang on. Oh, nope. There we go. See, this man does all the buttons, so I don't even remember which one is which.
I gotta let you know next time.
Yeah,
for sure. But thanks for joining us again, guys.
My name's Lee Mack.
I'm Carlos. Sorry, we're like out of whack today.
Yeah, we're just we're trying to get this done right and well.
Absolutely.
And we're failing, but no, I think it's actually going really well.
I think it's amazing.
I think the authenticity is apparent.
I think it's great. No, we're doing great. I think it's what was that catchphrase you say? A little quote.
Saving
the world.
Saving the world. Yep.
Fucking
just some young guys trying to solve the world's problems in a podcast.
Once again, welcome. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for being here. If you are, if you're not, then get your friends on it.
Yeah. I mean, you said thank you for being here. If you are, if they're hearing you, then that means they're here. So redundancy. It's great.
You know what I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. If you're not here, get people here.
Yeah, get people here.
Yeah.
Share, like, I don't know. You always say
we know we're funny. You know we're funny. They don't know we're funny because you haven't showed them.
Exactly.
So get them on to our podcast.
Please.
I mean, we're funny sometimes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Last episode was pretty. Was it last episode?
Was
the episode before.
I think last episode we were kind of both like, he was under the weather.
Yeah, no, I'm still a little under the weather, but yeah, no, literally the next day I took the day off, and I took the day after that off also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was not feeling all that great. I
you,
think there's like a cold or a flu going around right now.
So actually, that's very true. It's like high RSV, like respiratory, like basically, it's a hard word to say. It's like syncytic virus. Syncytic virus. Huh. Respiratory syncytic virus.
Never heard that word.
So it's RSV. That's what it is.
Okay.
So it's like kind of like more of a it's like the common cold.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought it was. It's kicked my ass. I haven't had a cold that bad in a while. But yeah, a lot of mucus. My voice, I sounded horrible. Sounded like a smoker.
I believe you. Influenza, all that shit. COVID.
Yeah.
Working at a hospital setting, I feel like that happens a lot. I mean, like that's what we see. Like for 10 to 20 people, that's all it was. It was just nothing but COVID and all this and that, blah blah. But obviously, wearing a mask, all that stuff, always in the hospital
helps.
Yeah. But other than that, man, that sucks. I'm sorry.
It is what it is.
I try to stay ahead of it by drinking like vitamin C or emergency, or eating fruits, drinking a lot of water.
I've been drinking this tonic that because my mom's like super into like holistic medicine and yeah, that type of stuff almost.
I believe it. It's some
like,
true shit.
Yeah, like herbal medicines and not going to the hospital for everything and not popping a pill for everything. So I made this tonic. It was apple cider vinegar, 2 different types of tea. There was a turmeric tea, and then there's one for, sore throats. And then, apple cider vinegar, tea, honey, a little bit of baking soda. She said that makes it more alkaline, like literally just a pinch of baking soda.
That's interesting.
And then to like balance out the the acid of the vinegar. Mm-hmm. And then,
okay, I see.
So yeah, the baking soda, honey, lemon, and then she didn't mention this, but I added ginger. I grated some ginger into it. A lot of ginger.
Ginger's good, yeah.
Ginger is phenomenal. Some people don't like it. I love ginger.
Or you should even try eating garlic, like a loaf.
It's I have heard that. I've heard that. I've heard that. It's a good call. I might do that.
That's what I like to do too. I like to like kind of just take care of shit at home.
Yeah.
Like if even if I'm like halfway dead, I'm not gonna go to the hospital. That's just expensive as fuck.
It's expensive, and
I told my lady, like, yo, if I end up on the floor, your ass better, like, this is why I want her to go to the gym, so she can at least lift me up into the car.
I need you to deadlift me into the car.
Yes. And then just fucking drive me to the hospital. And then you can just, if you don't want to get me off, you can just open the door.
I need you to be able to clean and press. How much do you weigh?
245 now.
You need to be able to clean and press 245.
245, dude. No fucking way. I weigh 245.
Is that good or bad?
That's bad. No,
okay.
I was trying to stay like at 238, 235 because that's where I was. I was like lean, but still again like kind of heavy.
Okay.
But then like I scaled myself like a week ago, and I was 2:45. I was like, the holiday food, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking ate like a pig. I swear, it was kind of embarrassing.
I should have eaten more.
It was embarrassing. I went for seconds and I really like overserved myself. You know, when you're like, I'm hungry, but you know you shouldn't serve yourself too much because you're at that point where you're like, you're still hungry, but you're easy to get filled. So like I kind of overplated myself, and then people were like, "Oh, there's no more mashed potatoes," and I was like kind of covering myself. I was like, "Oh shit, that sucks." And then my girl's like, "Asshole."
Ass.
And then I was like, "What? I was fucking hungry." He's like, "Shit," you know. But then I felt bad.
Got to do what you got to do.
And it was like my first Thanksgiving dinner. Was it with them? Yeah, it was with them. I think
With her family.
with her family, but like on like her aunt at her aunt's house, like everyone was there and shit. Yeah,
Gotcha.
kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh no, it's fine, it's cool," and I was just like, "Nah." They're probably inside their heads. They're probably like, "This fucking fat ass."
Probably. But yeah, so I was sick last week. It was Tuesday and Wednesday that I took off. On Tuesday, actually, I went and got wheels on my car because I ordered some Kansai KNPs. For those that know cars, those are some nice, just 5-spoke wheels, 18-inch. And then that was the first day I took off, actually. And then the second day I was just in bed basically all day because that was rough.
They look so nice.
Headache, sore throat. Yeah, it was nice to take the day off for sure. But
no, I mean your wheels.
Oh yeah, the wheels do look nice.
No, I did think they were nice. I was like, they fit the car like perfect.
Yeah,
but now you're right about the coilovers.
Yeah, I need coilovers on them. I need to lower it a little bit. The front end sits up higher than the rear end. I think it's because the rear, the shocks are bad. Which brings me to the next point. On Saturday, I went to the DMV to get everything registered. Didn't get it registered because the DMV sucks. And there's always something more that you need. Literally, bro, I had all of the paperwork I needed aside from a bill of sale between the import company and whoever they bought the car from, and then a bill of sale between me and the import company. And really, the only reason they need that information is tax purposes, so that they can tax me for buying the car, basically. That's for all of the transactions to get it from Japan to here. They want to track that money, because why else would they need to track that money and those transactions other than taxes?
So they can charge your ass.
Exactly.
You know what DMV stands for? Demon motivated vampires. Like they're just there to suck your fucking
motivated vampires. Yeah, no, I like assholes.
That. You know what? Because I went there and that fucking lady was rude to me. She's like, "Oh, it's gonna be you're okay." So I set an appointment for 12:15. Got there at 12. Checked in at 12. Like checking in everything. She's like, "Okay, cool." Did not. Nowhere near being next. Like it was 1:30, 1:34. I had to work at 7. I was just fucking like.
And you had an appointment?
Yes. Nowhere near like number was like fucking off the charts, bro. It was like for like 2 weeks from now. But like I was sitting there, nothing. No one called me. Like no one would even acknowledge me, and I was like, "Fuck, dude. Like, when am I next?"
Yeah, you told me you were talking about this that one time.
Yeah, I talked about this, and then like I went up to the desk. I'm like, "Hey, look, I look like shit too because I got off of work." And then that's the first place I went to.
Yeah,
like I went to.
So you went from your 7 to 7 shift to the DMV.
No, I came home to like kind of make sure I had the right, like grab extra paperwork because I noticed like, oh, maybe I should take this, and I totally forgot about it. So I took everything, grabbed the bill and shit. Went to the DMV, got there, boom. I was like, all right, cool. No sleep at all. It was like almost 2 p.m.
Yeah,
and I was like, no fucking way, bro. It was like 1:35, 1:40, you know, and I was like, no way. Went up to the desk. I'm like, hey, look, I look like shit. My hair looked like shit. I mean, I look, you know, whatever, because I just got off of work. I'm like, look, I just got off a shift at 7 a.m. and I have to go back at 7 p.m. You know, I work 12-hour shifts. I was wondering if you can just tell me if I have the right stuff, because I feel like I might just be wasting my time here. If I'm going to be waiting, I at least want to know I have the right stuff. So I took the paperwork. I printed it out. I filled it out online and printed it out. Took my passport, took my ID, took my, what else did I take? One of my bills. Apparently it was in
Oh yeah. They went to have like
They wanted like
a bill to your place of residence,
Yes.
proof of residence through a bill of
yeah,
some sort.
which
Yeah.
is stupid. And then they also
So-
wanted what else did they want? They wanted something with my social security on it and even my birth certificate. And I was just like, Jesus Christ,
to
bro.
get Nevada.
Yeah, to be
license?
a resident here at the state, and then also to get a license and all that stuff, which is stupid. And then like the lady's like, she grabbed my ID and she's like, "Is this real?" And I was like, inside my, I was so fucking tired.
She was
I
profiling
like,
you, bro.
I was this.
That was
fucking
racial
close,
profiling.
This
It's because you're
close,
Mexican.
This close to just be like,
It's because you're Mexican.
I was like, luckily
Actually-
in my head I was like, "Bitch, what do you think?" You
Honestly,
think I'm just gonna drive it?
there are a lot of Latin American people in Reno.
There is,
There's a lot of them.
but I went to the south one,
Surprising.
so
The South DMV? Yeah,
I mean that's the only one, right?
that's the only one out here.
I mean,
You could go to Carson or Fallon.
honestly, someone told me Carson would be a lot faster.
Carson, that's what I've heard too. But yeah, anyway, that's ass.
Yeah, I got so pissed. She's like, "You have everything, but we need something with proof that you actually live here." And I'm just like, "Well, here's the bill." She's like, "No, that's junk mail." I'm like, "No, if you look at it, it has my credit card, delivery information, and bill that I've been using." And she's like, "No, that's junk mail." And I was like,
Yo, the DMV people are vampires. Like you said, they are demonically motivated vampires.
"I should have slid 100 or something."
Honestly, that might have worked.
Whatever. You know what I said? I'm just like, "Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day." And I walked away, and I'm like, "You fucking." I try to stay positive. You know, try to be
I'm a bit
nice.
lucky because I may be black, but I'm very white passing, and they don't even notice. They don't know. Most people don't know. It kind of frustrates me because I would prefer if I was light skinned, like actually light skinned, because I'm just like really light skinned.
You're like,
I'm white passing. That's what the term is, and I would prefer to be light skinned.
what that means is that he's black waist now.
Yes, basically, that's what that means.
Asshole.
You're welcome. I hope you all feel inferior. No, I'm kidding. I really hope you don't. And my dick is just a little bit above average.
No wonder
it's
white
not,
people
it's
are
not
racist.
insane. It's not insane.
That's why white people are racist.
Yeah. Because they're scared that black men are going to take their women.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Get out of my house.
Don't worry, I'm not going to take your woman, bro.
You know who I'm worried about? Adam.
Adam will take everyone's girl. It's insane. Like Adam is. He's not ugly whatsoever.
He's not.
He's like a little bit above average looking white dude.
No, he's
That's basically
above
it.
average. He sensed the board. No, the
I wouldn't
line.
say he's like the most handsome white dude out there.
You know what it is? It's that baby angel face.
He does have a baby face. He's so cute.
It's like that little baby. You just want to like kind of like make sure he's okay. Put him to bed. Give him a little kiss.
But yeah, Adam pulls. It's insane. If you guys have seen The Other Guys, literally Will Ferrell from The Other Guys, that is Adam. Adam, like, if you haven't seen The Other Guys, Will Ferrell, I'm spoiling it. So spoiler alert, skip, 30 seconds. Will Ferrell is married to Eva Mendes. His ex-girlfriend is a super hot blonde chick. And there's multiple hot chicks throughout that movie that are just giving him the eyes, just want him. And for no reason, because he's a nerdy white dude. He's an accountant for the FBI in that movie. And so every hot chick wants him for some reason. And that's just how Adam is. He just pulls for no reason. I don't get it.
I've seen it
I really
happen
don't get
in person.
It's phenomenal. I love him to death for it because it's hilarious. It's entertaining. But at the same time, I'm like, why? Why can't I have that?
I can't even get a text back.
Shit, you
No.
have a girlfriend, bro. I can't get a text back. Shit.
No, I'm just joking. No, but I seen this shit happen live in front of my eyes. I'm like, how the fuck does this happen? Like, bro, funniest shit ever.
He's also very charismatic. I'm like, he's not just like Will Ferrell because Will Ferrell in that movie is kind of awkward, but Adam is a very charismatic individual. He's a really good storyteller.
Charismatic.
Huh?
I feel like he's like nonchalant about stuff.
Oh yeah, he's super nonchalant.
He's super to the point where like he didn't notice. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. And then I was like, motherfucker, this girl was literally like on your BB.
Oh no, he knows. He knows.
You think he knows?
Because he walks around with the mentality of she wants me. That's genuinely.
I know.
We go to the gym and like every chick, we see a hot chick and
We work
He
together.
looks at me and he's like, she wants me. I'm like,
I like that.
It's our phrase now. Like
I can't
we
say
say
that,
that
but I
all
like
the
that.
time. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd be fucking sniped as soon as I walked out of the gym.
Your girl's just like a mile away.
She's with the cigar.
That motherfucker, I knew it. Oh man.
No, but no. Look, let me tell you a little story that before we get all into this other shit about fucking Kanye
Oh my god, on Alex Jones and shit.
saying that he loves
You know who?
the H man
Adolf. Old Adolf.
But anyways, no, bro. So we took this basic EMS class and everything, right? Whatever, and crazy shit. There's this girl. I'm not gonna mention names, but this girl was like fucking like would turn red.
This is the chick in your guys. He told me about this,
Okay.
but he was in a relationship at the time, so he couldn't do anything about it.
So this chick, like, she would turn hella fucking like cherry red when he would get like next to her, talk to her, anything, and like eventually she became really good friends with Adam and me just because we were all like,
And you guys were in a squad, right?
we weren't in a squad, but we were like, I don't want to sound cocky or anything, but we were like one of the people that actually like really tried to do good in class and really like found it interesting and wanted like put in effort and shit. So we all kind of got along to those people who were really trying to really outstand, whatever. And then this one time, Adam and I both had fresh haircuts, right? Cool. We walked into class. Bitch said nothing about my haircut. I swear Adam just got like a little like touch up. And she's like, "Oh, nice haircut. Looks really good on you." And I'm like, "Bitch, what about my fade?"
She don't like Mexicans, bro.
I was like, "You fucking."
Adam's also tall.
And I couldn't get mad.
Adam and
I
are
was
about
like,
the
you know
same
what?
height.
At least my girl told me I look good.
Yeah,
That's all that fucking matters. I know. I'm not jealous or anything. I just found
jealous.
it so funny. No. I just found it so funny how like
I'm projecting. I'm jealous.
She noticed him when we were like standing right next to each other.
So obvious. Obvious.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm like, this bitch really fucking wants his dick. Like,
speaking of haircuts, I need one. Pretty bad.
I mean, I just got one, but I feel like I need to switch it up again. I don't know.
I'm just waiting to fix my car. Speaking of which, so I was talking about my car Japanese cars. When you import a Japanese car, especially if it's an old Japanese car, you need to be careful about rust in the undercarriage because they don't rust proof their cars as well as we do here.
Really?
And yeah, they just don't do it as well. Just there's different. I'm pretty sure. But anyways, so I was driving to and from the DMV on Saturday, didn't end up getting my car registered, and blew a tow arm. And so tow arms basically they control your steering angle. So essentially tow in means that your wheels are pointed towards each other, which has its own benefits sometimes depending on what you want, and toe out means that they're pointing out. So it just controls how your tires are pointed when your steering wheel is at top dead center. And so my tow arm blew and my wheel almost came off. Luckily, these guys behind me were watching and they pulled off when I pulled off, and like they were like, "Are you okay, bro? What happened? You good? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know if the wheel came off or what," because the car just started shaking. I didn't know what it was at first, and the car just started shaking like mad. And I pull off, and once I got down to more of like the exiting the freeway speed, it stopped shaking as much, so that was good.
Shit.
But the dudes behind me, they were like, "Yo, your wheel was like a foot off, like the axle was coming off or something." And I was like, "What?" So got under the car, and luckily it was just one of the tow arms, but it still sucked. So I had to create a new bracket and all kinds of stuff. I fabricated it myself in the garage and shit. Luckily, I had my roommates there that had some extra material because all my roommates are car guys, and it helped a lot to have the material at home already to be able to make the part out of. And I fixed it for the most part. It's not a perfect fix. It's my back wheel is still a little bit toe in. My back left wheel is towed in right now. And I ordered some new arms for the whole rear end, and my coilovers are coming in. I knew that the rust issue was an issue, and I was planning on getting under the car and seeing what was rusty. Anything that was like rusty and kind of looked sketchy, I was planning on taking out, replacing it when I put the coilovers in. but the coilovers haven't come in yet. I ordered them on Black Friday, and it's going to be like 3 to 8 weeks from then for me to get the coilovers in. So this part just broke before I was already planning on doing the preventative maintenance.
Oh, nice.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
So it like kind of worked out in your favor.
No. The part broke before I was already planning. I was planning on doing preventative maintenance already, but the part broke before I even got to it. Unfortunately. Partly because I drive like a maniac.
So how'd you drive right now?
Because I fixed it for the most part.
Oh,
the back wheel is still towed in a little bit. It's kind of sketch. Whenever I no, that is not stance. That is not stance.
The tire's like
the tire, like literally one of the back wheels is pointed in.
That's stance, brother.
It's not stance. That is not stance.
You got to stretch the tires next.
Stance is when your wheels are like, the tires are stretched, actually. Thank you very much.
Very?
Yeah,
oh, nice.
They are stretched. But yeah, stance is when you have camber. That is toe in and out. You want straight for the most part. There might be certain situations when you might want some toe in, but for the most part, you don't. Like buses might have toe in because it makes them corner a little bit better.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know what you mean now.
And they also actually might have like outside or positive camber.
But I saw I opened that video. I wish I would have opened it when I wasn't busy, but I was in class when I opened it, so I couldn't put any sound. I'm not sure what you said.
Oh, here.
But I saw it. It looks so nasty down there.
It was bad, dude. It was so bad. Here, I'm going to play the video. And
are you the one that sent me the tennis balls in the freaking coils?
I might have. That was funny. But
I'm fucked up. It's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
That's fucked up.
Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll go back through, and if you can't see that, I will make it so you can see that. But yeah, it was bad. And then I fixed it with my own
Duct tape.
No, I made a new bracket because basically what it is a round piece that a bolt goes through, and that's how it connects to the chassis of the car. And then connected to that round piece is the arm, the steel rod, and then at the end of the rod is a rectangular bracket. It sits just like that, and then a bolt goes through there, and that's how it connects to the knuckle, where the wheel bolts to. The wheel bolts to the hub, and the hub is connected to the knuckle. Anyways, the bracket, the arms of the bracket completely broke. Luckily, the rod was still pretty much intact, completely intact, super rusty, but intact. So I was able to just make a new bracket, cut off the old bracket, and then weld on.
Oh, nice, dude.
Yeah, so
I totally forget sometimes that you're a welder.
Yes.
That fucking...
It helps.
Dude, that would solve so many issues.
Being a welder is phenomenal. You solve so many problems yourself, especially with cars. That's exactly why I became a welder, actually, is because I wanted to build race car chassis.
I fuck with that. I can't wait till for me to pay off this car so I can just buy a project car and just fucking
trick it out.
Fuck yeah, dude. I'm thinking about going back to what I used to have.
What do you have?
Which is 5.0.
Oh, a Mustang?
Box body, yep.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I should
Those
get the
are
GT
actually really good.
Or the LX version. I like the LX because they look a little lighter. And they seem a little like less
if you're going to do a project car and you're really going to build it out, the best advice that I can give you is get the cheapest version with the best drivetrain. So best engine, best transmission. You're going to trick the whole thing out anyways. True. As long as you have the engine, transmission, and drive shaft, rear diff, all of that, because you're getting a Fox body Mustang. It's going to be rear wheel drive. As long as you have those components, everything else you're probably going to swap out anyway.
Yeah.
So
most likely
get the cheapest version with the best engine that you can.
Or even, I'm even thinking about putting a fucking Coyote in there.
In that case, you could get whatever you want. Get it wrecked if you want to.
And then just what Adam did.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Yeah. And Adam is actually going to probably finish his Mustang and then sell it as opposed to...
What?
Yeah. So he's trying to sell... Because he wants to get a more reliable car because he's going to be going to med school. He doesn't really have time to have a toy.
I totally forgot about that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of him. He's going to med school.
Yeah. Adam's going to med school. It's crazy. Yeah. So he's going to fix it,
Sorry.
What?
Nothing.
He's going to fix it, sell it, and probably get like an IS 200 or IS 350, a Lexus, all-wheel drive Lexus,
that.
4-door sedan.
Okay.
It's a nice looking car.
Already like getting into
He's trying to be an adult.
Yeah.
Literally.
Good for him.
Those are his words. He wants to be more of an adult while he's
Grew up so fast.
while he's in med school. He doesn't want to have all this other shit to pay attention to. Which
Imagine
I get.
that.
I totally get it. And then when he's done and he's out of med school and he's a doctor, he's going to get like a 69 resto mod.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know what it is, have you seen John Wick?
Yeah, John Wick's car is essentially what he wants to get. Resto mod means that it's a restored car with modern internals. So
I'm pretty sure that's what it was, right?
Yeah,
Kind of.
I'm pretty sure that's what his car was. But yeah, resto mods are amazing, but they're like $300,000.
Yeah, fucking insane.
It's very expensive to get a resto mod. There's a company that does them in San Jose that we met the guys at Hot August Nights out here and talked to them for a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Adam got their cards, so he's gonna give him a call.
Oh yeah.
Well, he was gonna give him a call for painting his Mustang, but now that's on the back burner.
Well,
because he's just gonna sell the Mustang.
that's crazy. I can't believe he's doing that. Actually,
Yeah.
I know he's gonna be
He's
a great doctor.
It was a hard decision, but it came after a long time of pulling his hair out over this car. So yeah,
No, I think it's a great choice. I think it's a great investment. I know it's gonna be pay off in the long run, bro. Speaking about doctors, some chick at work told me, he's like, "You're so caring and like so patient with these people." Blah blah blah. And I was like, well, I mean, it's my job, like
yeah,
And then plus, I'm like, yeah, I mean, like, why would I be a dick to people? Like, there's no point in that,
yeah.
And it's like, and then like, it's like, I don't know, you're just so good, and like, you're really like humble about it. Like, you might know something, but you don't like act cocky about it, or like, you're always interested in knowing more than just what you see in the surface. And I'm just like, well, yeah, like, why wouldn't you want to know more? Wouldn't that help me and the other person too on the other side?
Yeah.
And she's like, you should definitely be a doctor. And I was like,
Or maybe you got low standards for yourself, and now you're just judging me based on your low standards, which great for me because I look better compared to you. But at the same time, like maybe you should consider not being in this profession.
no, I don't know. Like she's smart too. She's great.
Okay.
Like she knows her shit. Like she's a smart girl, and I think she's gonna be on the way to become a doctor too. So
Maybe she's just hitting on you.
nah, dude. She's
Sure?
nah. Like she's like a homie.
Are you sure?
I'm for real. Like trust me.
Are you
I
sure?
am for sure. She's like,
We need a John Cena. Are you sure about that? That's one we should definitely have.
No, I know, right? Yeah, we should definitely have that one. No, but no, she told me, like, you should definitely be a doctor, Carlos, and like I think you would be a great doctor, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, I was like, dude, you know what? I love all this shit. I would love to do it just on my own terms, like learn about something and really get in depth and like really know about it. So if I hear it, I can input my knowledge or like say something and they'll be like, oh, he knows what he's talking about, or like he knows what's going on. Cool. But like I wouldn't want to go through the whole fucking like doctor process. Like that takes so long.
Yeah,
I feel like
for me.
I feel like if I would have started when I was 18, like all right, dope.
I mean, shoot, you can always start.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like
Adam is starting.
But he's way younger. He's like what,
Yeah,
20?
he's 23, I think. Yeah.
So by the time he finishes, he'll be like 38, 39.
Gee, really?
Yeah, it takes about like 10, 15 years.
Holy shit.
And
good.
that's not including like his, I don't know if he's done any other college courses or stuff besides EMS, but
he has done some gen ed.
Okay, so
like Sierra College or something.
Did he pass them all?
Pretty sure. He said he was actually telling me today that a lot of his stuff transferred over to TMCC.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so like he already has some credits, which is great.
Badass.
So get him ahead in somehow or some way, but also he has to like realize that I'm sure he knows, but
Yeah,
it'll be
he
like
definitely knows.
transfer credits, prereqs. He's gonna do like because they were telling me like, oh, like I was asking a doctor, what classes do they require you to take, and they're like, oh, you need to take. As soon as he said this, bro, I was like, fuck that shit, bro. He's like, you gotta take calculus 2, and then you gotta like physics. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm out.
I've heard biochem is horrible. Actually, one thing I find interesting is that engineers get into med school a lot easier than other people, than people who are just like trying to get into med school, which it kind of makes sense because engineers have already, like if you already have a bachelor's in engineering, you've already shown that you're capable of getting through engineering, and you've taken physics, you've taken probably some chemistry, you've taken your calculus classes, you've taken a lot of the prerequisite higher level classes that you need to become a doctor. So engineers actually get into med school a lot easier. So if you're an engineer and you maybe want to change your field, get into medicine, med school would be easier for you than it would be for someone starting off fresh.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not know that.
I didn't either.
Cool.
Tim told me that.
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, shit, dude. I don't know. Who knows? The future is endless with possibilities.
Absolutely. You can always learn something new. Honestly, I'm not a believer of the idea that you stop or like you lose brain plasticity as you grow older. I'm pretty sure you don't. I'm fairly certain I've heard some good info on it being a fact that you don't lose brain plasticity.
No, absolutely. I think it's all myth. I think it's all depending on the person and what
definitely depends on the person, the lifestyle,
desire you have. Like the really,
and also your lifestyle and health level.
I mean that too. I think that really helps. Yeah. But I feel like if you really, really passionately try to accomplish or do something, you do have it in you to do it. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm too dumb. Like me right now saying all that stuff, like, fuck, I don't want to do it. It's just I don't want to do that.
Yeah, it's just a lack of motivation. Really, motivation is the only thing that will, and motivation and self-discipline. Motivation is more one of those things that comes as you get started, as you put in the self-discipline to get you started and get you moving. Motivation comes with the momentum.
Yes.
That's how I see it.
I think motivation is just like that push.
Yeah.
And then that once you get that, that momentum and you start seeing results and you're like, oh my God, like,
I think momentum and self-discipline are the number one things that get you somewhere. Yes. Motivation will get you started, maybe.
And I feel like once you start getting that momentum and like learning and putting yourself in like situations where you're not like comfortable in, and you start like learning from your mistakes, literally learning from your mistakes and changing those mistakes to better outcomes, you start anticipating more. Yeah. You're like, oh man, I remember this. Like you start connecting shit together. It's so crazy how it works now. Like I start anticipating a lot of things, and I used to think like critical thinking. I used to be like, oh, dude, that was like one of my biggest fears. Like, what if I can't be a good critical thinker or a good anticipator? But like, it just happens when you truly like in the zone. It just, you know what to grab. You hear something, like you're in the conversation, but you hear something from like maybe about 15, 20 feet away, and you're like, oh, I know they're gonna need this. So as soon as you finish the conversation, you go grab it, you go bring it, and you're just like, and they're like, oh, dude, thanks. Like I didn't even ask it for you, and I was like, you're like, it just when you're in the zone, you're in the fucking zone, and it's the best feeling ever. It's like a runner's high. Yeah,
being in the zone is just, it's the best. It is the best feeling.
It's like a runner's high pump. That's how I feel. Like it's like a fucking pump.
So actually, the zone is in psychology. They call it the zone of proximal development. And so what that means is that you're in the zone in which you develop the most because you're pushing yourself just like on the edge of what you're able to do. So you're riding the edge of what you know and what you don't know perfectly in the perfect zone in which you're developing yourself. It's challenging, but you're also skilled. Like you're just so in the zone that you make no mistakes. You're just doing perfectly, but you're also still growing.
Interesting. I like that.
It's the perfect area of growth, the zone of proximal development.
I just wish everyone can, like, and I used to be those type of people that I wouldn't believe in myself or wouldn't push myself to believe that I wouldn't apply yourself. Yeah. Until you actually do, until you actually, those motivational videos where you're like, you listen to them when you're like fucking depressed or something, or like you're like broken. You're like, fuck, dude, I really fucked up. Like, I need to get back in this shit. That's how it feels, but with yourself. Like, you're your own motivation. You know what I'm saying? It's so crazy because
it's such a good feeling. And you can feel it in almost any situation. Like, any situation that challenges you. A good conversation, you might be in the zone. Playing video games. A lot of people that play video games feel in the zone every now and then where they're like really doing well, but they're also like, this shit is hard. If I fuck up, I'm dead.
Yeah. Like, and you can't believe you're actually fucking you're fucking. You're like what do you call
Kicking
it?
ass, God mode,
Yeah,
basically.
you're goat.
You're the GOAT. Yeah. That's the zone. That's what it feels
I
like.
just think it's crazy sometimes how you actually use the negativity as fuel. Like I remember when I was in, I never had any like medical background experience until I took this class, and the fact that I literally understood everything so clearly and was able to comprehend, and I was able to understand why this happens if you administer some medication or you like certain things start happening in your body. Why is his blood pressure shooting down? Why is his heart rate going up? But his blood pressure shooting down? It's tanking. Like it's like I used to be like, what does that mean? I used to hear it, and so like I actually applied myself, studied, really read through the books, really like did everything to really break my comfort zone when I was tired and everything. Hear people that would be like, oh, you're not gonna pass it, you're kind of retarded, like blah 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 blah. Like people that would just thought like I didn't have it in me. I would use that as fuel and be like, nah, fuck that. Like, I can't let them win. I have to win. I can't be out. They can't outwork me. I have to get high scores. I have to, like, push too.
Spite is a really good motivator.
Ooh? Oh.
Spite.
Oh, yeah.
Spite, yeah. Spite everyone that doubts you.
Mm-hmm.
Spite all of them.
They said Spike. I was like, who's Spike? And there'll be times where I'll be listening to, like, my fucking, what's his name? What's his name? Thomas, E. Thomas or something?
Thomas Edison?
No.
I don't know who you're talking about, bro.
It's E.T. Eric Thomas, motivator, speaker.
Eric? I've never heard of him.
Dude, that guy, it got my little brother motivated. It got me motivated. And it's like, when you click on those YouTube videos where you're like, let me tell you something you already know. Like,
okay.
Fucking like, Stallone.
Kick you into gear.
Like Rocky,
Yeah.
You have like Arnold talking in the background, and you have like something about our deepest fear isn't about that we're inadequate. Deepest fears is that, what is it? That
I haven't heard that.
I don't know. I listen to a lot of motivational videos.
Eric Thomas, so
really?
I don't know.
You should listen to him, bro. I feel like you'll like him. Really good guy.
I might. I very well could.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people have listened to him. If you're really into like these type of podcasts and like really trying to get motivated and like listening to like the guy you listen to all the time.
Oh, Jordan Peterson.
I don't know. There's a lot of people out there, but like, if you're into motivation, I know you have been across Eric Thomas.
Another one. Shoot, now I can't remember what his name is.
Andrew Tate.
Not Andrew Tate. Him too. He's great, but he's Tony Robbins. That's another.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Is that like
there's another one?
The big dude.
Tony
that has
Robbins.
A really deep voice?
Yeah.
That guy too.
He's a big one, big name in the motivational and self-help world.
Mm-hmm. Was it Warren Buffett? He's a motivational speaker.
No, Warren Buffett is a stock trader.
But he also speaks too, right?
I don't think so. He might do like a speech here and there about stocks.
Maybe, I don't know.
The stock market, but I don't think he really speaks.
Oh, never mind. Wrong person. There's like an older dude. He's like older, and he's also like well known as a motivational speaker.
The only one that I know is an older dude and well known as a motivational speaker is Jordan Peterson.
Yeah, I know who that is.
I know you know who that is.
I follow him.
Yeah, dude.
He's good.
When I say that I have listened to almost everything that man has spoken on the internet, I mean it. Like I found him 6 years ago when I was going through a bad spot, made some stupid choices of my own, and was trying to figure out what the fuck was wrong with me, and trying to learn about psychology itself to figure out what was wrong with me, like learning about others to learn about myself and vice versa, learning about myself to learn about others, that kind of thing. And Jordan Peterson was my saving grace, I guess you could say.
Really?
Yeah, he put a lot of stuff into perspective, a lot of stuff that like, because I had a rough relationship with my stepdad, good guy, but a hard ass. And so a lot of his messages that he was trying to help me, my stepdad trying to help me become a better man, just didn't, they fell on deaf ears because I just wasn't ready for it. And the way he put it wasn't really meshing with the way I needed to hear it. And so listening to Jordan Peterson helped me understand a lot of what my stepdad was trying to tell me a lot of times. Then some.
I believe it.
Learned a lot that my stepdad never said. Not because my stepdad didn't know it or wasn't trying to tell me, but just hadn't said it.
Yeah. I mean, I feel the same. Like, I feel like a lot of things that my dad would tell me, I wouldn't like really take to consideration or actually listen. And I mean, there were some things I did, and there's some things I didn't. And then most of those things I wish it wouldn't been that way, but like I did. But I feel like for me, it would have been Elliot Hughes. You know who that is?
No.
Oh, dude, that guy changed my life when I was like senior year to fucking 2016. Like all throughout that time period, I was just like everything about Elliot Hughes. Like I was just like freaking, my body is my temple type of thing. Like I must like feed it well, work out well, and like form, strength. You know, you have a higher mentality, positivity. Like really, like the stance I would like, the type of posture I would have when I would talk to people. It would be like we are talking. None of this.
Yeah.
None of like hands down here. Like I would be like, oh, okay, like using my hands,
Talking with your hands,
really with my chest.
Yeah, taking up
speaking.
more space,
Yes.
and just speaking with authority and confidence.
Speaking with my throat, not my fucking like nose.
Speaking with your chest.
Yeah, like really getting in there and talking to
Enunciating.
something. Yeah, instead of being like, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not a burp, but yeah, like, dude, that guy, check him out too. Fucking great person.
Elliot Hughes.
Elliot
Shoot,
Hughes.
I'm learning some stuff. I need to check these people out.
He has this thing where he has like this thing called strength camp.
Okay.
So he has like a bunch of like he has this camp that he gets people together, and like basically the type of workouts, it's not like your gym workouts. It's more of like using your whole body. Like you're carrying these like cement balls and like stones. You know, it's not like
like strongman type stuff too.
You know, stuff like that. Like something our ancestors would really use in the past. Like
stuff that your body is built for.
Exactly.
Basically. Stuff we evolved doing kind of idea. Yeah, that makes sense. That's
and
cool.
Also has like these like rituals, not rituals. I don't want to say it like that, but it's like they get together and they get closer to like the way ancestors used to like show off their vibration, really like let loose. Like there's a lot of times where people are so suppressed in
like
society.
meditations,
letting your body just yell. Like there's times when, you know how people say like, oh dude, like I feel so good after a good cry.
Actually, sometimes in my car I'll just be like, I'll yawn and just like take the yawn to
that's what I mean.
I'll just like yell like for no reason.
I do that shit too.
I had a buddy that used to do every now and then, like we'd be hanging out and he just like, yeah, I'm not gonna do it right now just because I'm not trying to like scare your girl.
I was about to.
Or the neighbors. But yeah, he would just yell and it was hilarious. I always thought it was weird, but eventually I got used to it and thought it was hilarious. And now I do it every now and then. Just be driving and just be like,
no, I fucking feel it, bro. I don't think
just scream as loud as I can for no reason.
I think everyone does that.
I had some energy in me that I just wanted to let out, and
I think
it's really fun. I highly recommend, if you haven't done it, just try it sometime alone in your car, or maybe you're home alone or whatever. No one can hear you anyway, so just do it just for fun, just because it is fun.
I think everyone does it though, because I feel like I've done it. My lady, she says she's done it because like there's times we're in the car together, and then I'm like yawning or like stretching, and I'm like, I just fucking start yelling and shit, bro. And she'll be like, I do that too. And I was like,
I did that with Adam once, where I was yawning and just like let it out. He was like, well, okay then. I was like, you don't do that? Like, yeah, sometimes I just yell because like it feels good.
But that's something that he implies. Like he like kind of get into like in a dark room, you know, like low lighting, really just let in your inner animal. Like basically we're all like come from, you know, animals and like, you know, we're all mammals and shit. And sometimes we were like so suppressed by society. Like when people say like, be nice with this person, be nice with that person. Like, oh, you got to be nice at work. Oh, you got to be nice with this person. You got to be nice at, you know, with this or that. Sometimes your body just wants to be like, fuck this shit, bro. It just wants to let loose and scream. That's why a lot of people like either exercise, go to the gym, they go hiking. I know people that go out hiking, they start screaming like at the fucking mountains. And like I'm like, oh, that fucking must be great, you know? Just let loose, like just breathe.
Let your energy out.
Yeah, just fucking just roar, bro, because that's what we're meant for. We're fucking like mammals. That's how I feel like sometimes.
I feel it.
I feel like, you know, have you seen X-Men?
Yeah.
You know, Beast?
Yeah.
That's how I feel sometimes. I feel like I'm a fucking like animal / human. You know, that's why I like wearing glasses sometimes, because I feel like, oh, yeah, I'm pretty like I'm educated. I'm an educated gorilla. You know what I'm saying?
I see it.
I don't know. I really want to look like a silverback one day. So
this is not off topic. You were saying Beast. One character that I kind of not see myself as necessarily, but kind of emulate is Guts.
Silver Surfer. Oh
no, Guts from Berserk. Have you seen Berserk, the anime?
Is that the one with the
dude that's got a massive sword? Like, it's a 6 foot long great sword.
Why do I feel like I've seen this?
He wields that shit well. Anyway.
Orange hair?
No. No. That's Bleach. You're thinking of Bleach.
Yes.
That's Ichigo. Yeah. I've only seen like 3/4 of that show. I got. No, I don't think I've seen it. It's on YouTube. It's an older one. Yeah, the whole first season is on YouTube, and then they did like a second season that was like a weird CG animation that was not all that great. Very sad show. I warn you guys, you might cry or be disturbed, especially by the end, because it's very demonic at the end.
Oh, I've never seen this.
Very end of the show is demonic. It's like 24 episodes. Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah. I've never seen it.
No, Guts is a badass. Definitely kind of emulate that character. But yeah, that's someone I kind of aspire to be similar to in a way. Just a fucking unit.
Damn.
Huge. He's probably like 6'7", has a 6 foot greatsword that he swings around like it's nothing. Speaking of which, TV shows. We were going to talk about so many things. We're already 45 minutes into this.
Jesus, it doesn't even feel like 45 minutes.
It really doesn't. We were going to talk about Kanye and Alex Jones, talking about how he loves Hitler.
That's crazy, bro.
It's insane. He was wearing a Balenciaga mask. I think he was really just trying to make a statement there. Another thing with him doing all that, let's just get into it. I think that he's just going through a lot right now. And I think psychologically he might be in this place where he's getting canceled for speaking about certain things that are relatively true. Like how the industry is kind of rigged, how Adidas and all these different people were trying to take advantage of him, how he had handlers that were trying to put him in, like he had this one handler, I can't remember the guy's name, but it turns out this dude is a handler for a few different celebrities, but he also used to be part of Canadian, like MK Ultra shit. You know what MK Ultra is?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, the CIA experiment where they were trying, literally the CIA experiment, MK Ultra. It's declassified. You guys can look it up, but they were trying to figure out mind control. And they learned a lot about controlling people's minds, controlling society, a lot of things that they're probably implementing against us currently. Like how you can use fear to control people, put them in a different state of mind where they're a lot more susceptible to suggestion and being controlled. That's kind of some of the conspiracy theory behind what they were doing with COVID, and why things got so crazy is because they wanted to fearmonger and all kinds of stuff there. But anyways, so this handler that Kanye put out the text messages where dude was saying that they were going to put him on drugs again, and that play dates with the kids would never be the same. Like, this dude said that to Kanye in a text.
That's wild. See, I believe that shit. Even when he was wearing that mask, because I mean, you couldn't see his face.
No.
Fuck, dude. It's just one of the things where you say something, it makes you sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if that wasn't even really Kanye, and they were just portraying that character they were using to play Kanye, and then the voices, which everyone knows, you can switch audio and then edit audio and play audio in the right, it's all movie shit, bro. It's Hollywood. What do you expect? Everything can be fucking CGI'd if they wanted to.
I think that's definitely possible. Like, I would not write that off as a possibility. But personally, I don't think that's likely, because for that to be the case, Alex Jones would have to be in on it. Because I mean, like, he would have to be, I think.
True. Unless
their voice mimicking software is so good that it can fool you in person. You know what I mean? Like he'd have something in his mouth where he sounds just like Kanye, even though he's wearing the mask.
Okay.
And like you and me sitting there, because that's how close they were
Right.
in this Alex Jones interview. Like Alex Jones would either have to be in on it or the technology would have to be that good.
I think about that. Yeah,
And
you're right.
I doubt that Alex Jones would be in on it unless he's been a psyop his entire career. And a psyop means a psychological operation, and a psychological operation, for those that don't know, is where it's MK Ultra type shit, where they're trying to psychologically manipulate people into believing a certain thing. Essentially, that's what a psyop is.
Or they can be playing us because, I mean, technically they have to tell us.
Yeah,
I know it's like kind of considered a law or something where they have to show us or tell us in some way or form. Like, you ever heard of that? Mm-hmm. Like, why do you think they put it in movies and they
Oh, okay. I see
type of stuff
what
like
you're
that, or like, you know, it can be a certain person. Like, oh, okay, we're gonna use this person, make him famous, that way people can listen to him, and then he's gonna start saying all this shit. You know? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a whole lot going on that we don't know.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it is a rabbit hole for sure. But I don't think that it was not Kanye. I think it probably was Kanye because Kanye's been saying some crazy stuff lately. That being said, I think part of the reason he's gone as far as he had isn't because he's actually crazy. I think what's happening is that when people say crazy things and then you cancel them for it, there are two ways to go. There's the maybe I'm wrong and then self-analyzing, or they're canceling me because I'm right, and then they go and continue to say the same things and say even more radical things in the only places where they can say them, which is why Kanye was able to go on Alex Jones, who is already someone that's been canceled, and say all the crazy things that he said, and he's become more and more and more radicalized as a result of being canceled. This is why cancel culture is so bad, is that you don't, when you remove people from the public square of conversation, you remove their ability to contribute, and you end up forcing the conversation to only contain ideas that are comfortable. And those comfortable ideas, you end up with an echo chamber of the same ideas going around, and those ideas eventually become stale, and that's where society ends up becoming stale, and you no longer have growth, and the society just kind of crumbles because it's not growing. It dies because ideas are not able to contest each other in a fair and honest and open conversation where the best ideas can win. Mm-hmm. When you have cancellation, you silence ideas that maybe need to be talked about, and on top of that, you end up ostracizing people that maybe shouldn't be ostracized, or you silence people, and then the people that might have similar ideas are like, oh, I'm not going to say that. And so the people that maybe have bad ideas, like racism, for example, you want to know who the racists are. And the only way you can know who the racists are, who the crazy people are, is by letting them speak. Yeah. And then instead of canceling them, you can just avoid them. Right? Yeah. You can just avoid the people that are saying the crazy things that you don't agree with, instead of just making them not able to say those things, because they still think those things. Chances are they're just going to become more radicalized.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Instead of just being like, you know, when a little kid or a dog is like right next to you and want like a dog wants like food from you, and they're just right, like, is that what you're trying to say? Like they're just like trying to nip at you, like they want what you're having, and the more like you're like no, the more they're gonna want it, you know. But if you kind of I don't know, that's how I was looking at it.
Sort of.
I'm way off. No, but
no. It's a similar idea, but it's more like just, how can I put it? It's
I know what you mean. Like I know, like I have it in here, and it makes perfect sense how you said it. But I was trying to see if I can kind of visualize it, like put it in a visual thing. But
put it in a different way.
You know what it reminds you of? Have you seen Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Where that guy gets blocked from everyone.
Yes. Yeah. And like no one can see him.
No, like no one can see him, and he can't see anyone.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's wild,
dude.
bro.
That would be terrifying.
And you know
I'd probably just. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I'm not gonna finish that thought.
Hey, Loki, I was like, how is that so bad? I was like, fuck that. You don't have to look at people anymore. Like, great.
Yeah, not look at anyone ever. Like, human beings need social interaction.
You're right.
We do. That's why solitary confinement is the worst punishment in prisons, and a lot of people go crazy from it.
You know what? You're right. And then also, like, I believe he couldn't hear people either, so it's just a bunch of like muffle. Like,
Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, that's another thing is like when you ostracize people, you remove them from the conversation. That is akin to solitary confinement because they're now confined to an echo chamber of their own ideas, and their ideas that might be insane aren't being challenged.
So when people are canceled, because I don't understand how canceling works. Like, they just take you off social media. That's it.
Yeah, basically is like they remove your ability to speak in the public square. That's what Twitter is nowadays. Basically, it's a public square of conversation.
But they can't cancel you. Like, that's why I find
Well,
it funny.
that's what they did to Andrew Tate.
Why can't they just make another account?
You can, but I mean, like it. So there's two ways to ban an account. You can do an IP ban, where no one from this IP address, because your Wi-Fi router has a specific IP address. So if you try and connect to Twitter through your Wi-Fi router and say they do an IP ban on you, you cannot connect to Twitter because your IP address is banned.
Oh.
So maybe you could go to the library, which has a different IP address, and make an account at the library, and you could have that account, but you wouldn't even be able to sign into that account from here. You'd have to be somewhere else to sign into that account.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so you can ban an IP address. You can ban a device itself because every device has its own device code, and if your device is banned, you'd have to get a new phone or get a new computer, whatever it is that's banned. Yeah, you could have, obviously your email would be banned. If you have a standard account ban, it's usually the email, your name, whatever the case may be. But typically, canceling nowadays, well, especially with Kanye and Andrew Tate, they canceled bank accounts.
Oh, I know that.
They canceled business deals. They canceled all kinds of stuff. It really impacted him.
They cancel us. I'm like, all right, take my $2.31.
We haven't made no money from this shit,
They're
bro.
gonna be like, hey, bro, my bad. You can keep that one. You know?
We ain't made no money from this show. You can cancel us all you want. I mean, please don't. But yeah, we ain't made no money. You ain't getting shit.
Nothing, bro. It's like
We have spent money on this show and nothing.
It's like y'all canceled yourselves, bro.
Yeah, for real.
No, but, that's crazy, dude. And then, like, you know what? I feel like we're getting closer to that, like, blocking, like in the Black Mirror.
Oh yeah, no,
I
absolutely.
don't
That's what the FBDC is, the Federal Bank Digital Currency. That's the whole point of it. It's akin to China's social credit score. So basically, in China, what they have, this has been implemented like 4 years ago. Yeah, back in 2017-ish is when I heard this dude was talking about it. But basically, they have a social credit score in China where essentially simple things like if you're not reading the approved Chinese propaganda, if you are not, say, you jaywalk, they have cameras in China that watch over all the streets, and they have facial recognition, they have, license plate recognition, they have all kinds of recognition on these cameras so they can figure out who you are. They find your personal profile or whatever, and they deduct money from your Weibo account, I think is what it is, because they have their own version of like Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is. And
what's he doing?
He's chilling. He's walking away. Arthur was getting into my bag.
I feel like he's gonna poop. If he lays down, we're good.
Okay.
Lay down, please.
Anyway, yes, China has this social credit score where essentially if you do anything that the Chinese government doesn't approve of, doesn't like, they will negatively impact your life, whether it's removing money from a bank account, whether it's preventing you from being able to go to certain places, all kinds of different things, a lot like what they were trying to do with the vaccine passports here. And now this federal bank digital currency is essentially exactly what it sounds like. It's a digital currency like crypto, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum, all of these different cryptos that the Federal Reserve is in charge of. And if you do or say anything that they disagree with, because it'll be connected to your Twitter account, it'll be connected to your Facebook, your Instagram, everything that you do on the internet will be connected to your FBDC account. And They might be able to take money out of your account. They might be able to prevent you from spending money in certain places. This goes as far as like preventing you from buying food, preventing you from being able to do all kinds of things. This is why we cannot go to the FBDC. They're going to promote it as this new thing that's going to make everything easier and faster and more streamlined and better. But everything the government does turns to shit. So
I believe it.
let's just not.
And the whole what is it called? The thing with Elon Musk,
Neuralink.
That
He announced. Oh, shoot, that's another thing we should talk about.
Ready to go. Like he's like, oh, it's up and running.
Like we're about to start human trials. Yo, honestly, like it's so enticing. This is like,
I mean, it's like cool, but when you find out who's running it, it's like.
I like Elon Musk because so far he's been doing a lot of really good stuff. Like his acquisition of Twitter. His acquisition of Twitter was, I think, a good thing.
Yes, but I feel like he's just like a demon in disguise.
I feel very similarly. I think it's very possible that he could be a bad actor in disguise, or he's a good actor now, and give it some time. The power gets to his head because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And we're all human, and I don't think any human is safe from that. Harvey Dent said, "You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain."
Yes,
and that's kind of the idea behind power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Because we give heroes power. You know what I mean? And so far, Elon Musk has just been a hero over and over and over and over again. Homelander was always insane. I don't know if you guys have seen The Boys, the TV show The Boys. It's a really good show. Really graphic, gory, all of that. But it's a very, very good show. It's very on the nose in terms of a reflection of today's society. I really love that show.
It's a great show.
But yeah, Homelander is a Superman look-alike, essentially, who is clinically insane, I would say. He's definitely a sociopath.
Yep.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you give heroes power, they have a tendency to get corrupted by it, unfortunately. And that's just how human beings are. Unfortunately. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. So you really have to check people that have power, especially if they don't have much in terms of maybe a religious underpinning for their moral compass. Like Elon Musk is just doing what he thinks is good for the world. And so far, his track record is actually pretty solid. Okay. He's doing great things so far, as I can tell. But I'm still concerned that it could go bad.
It could flip, or it can be like, thanks for the technology.
Yeah, right.
And we're going to take it from here.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he dies the hero and someone else takes the tech.
Yeah. Someone's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
You solved the puzzle piece. You figured out the puzzle piece that was missing for us to do what we wanted.
Do you understand his philosophy behind Neuralink and why he thinks that people should get on Neuralink?
So is it the whole thing like I was kind of thinking about? Like we all kind of get together and like kind of progress forward? Or what it was?
Yeah, that. But so he's really concerned about AI. He's spoken about this on multiple podcasts. And so his whole idea behind Neuralink is if you can't beat him, join him. Because the idea is that we'll have some sort of Skynet Terminator-like ending to humanity.
San Francisco's already using robots.
They are. They're talking about letting robots kill people. It's crazy. And yeah, police robots killing people. It's wild. This is the world we live in today.
There we go.
Anyways, yeah. So what?
And even China.
Yeah, China, of course. Yeah.
They're. I don't know.
No, I'm not surprised.
It was like on TikTok. They don't show it here, but they were showing it over there. How like they have robotic, robots, like army used robots to throw out into the battlefield in case something goes down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised whatsoever.
Was like,
China, the Chinese government. When I say China, I mean the Chinese government typically. Chinese people, cool. I haven't met very many Chinese people that I didn't like.
They're so nice.
They're very nice. They're very effective. They work hard. Like, I have no problems with Chinese people. The Chinese government is completely fucked. And Chinese people are rioting against their government, which is even more reason to like them. And so anyways, yeah, I think that Elon Musk is going in the right direction. I'm concerned that he might veer or maybe do a complete 180, but his philosophy behind AI and Neuralink is that eventually, because we keep making AI better, like people aren't stopping their progression of AI. Every day, people that program are making better and better and better AI that are trying to get them more human-like. And once they're human-like, it's basically already over. General intelligence is what they're looking for. It's really difficult, but once that happens, the computers, if the programmers do it wrong, the computers, the AI are very capable of, upgrading themselves and taking over the entire world.
Once they start thinking for themselves,
Yeah,
I hate that
exactly.
off
And so
button,
his thinking behind it is we need to be able to at least keep pace with a general intelligence AI. And the only way we could do that is if we have our own AI in our brains that works in conjunction with us, that is as powerful as those other AI.
Okay, I see. That
You know what I mean?
Smart.
Yeah, and it's a good idea. I understand where he's coming from with that, and it's reasonable. It's reasonable. I don't know if I would get the Neuralink because it's too much. It rings too close to, the mark of the beast.
Yes.
In the Bible where...
Are you like half asleep one day?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. So I was listening to Timcast, Tim Pool. He's a political commentator. He's a really good source of information he's relatively biased. I mean, he has multiple people on his podcast that all have their own ideas, but they talk about the facts and they talk about their opinions, and it's very clear what their opinions are. They do a really good job of being unbiased in their reporting of what happened, and then they talk about their opinions, basically. But anyways, they were saying there was someone, I think his name was Luke, in Timcast, but he was saying that it's very possible that Neuralink and brain machine interfaces are a kind of are the mark of the beast, where it's like you have a soul and your soul is one thing, but once you get this Neuralink installed and you have a technological component in your brain, then the soul is no longer part of...
Needed, if anything.
Huh?
Needed?
Yeah.
Say?
Something like that. But if you... so I can't remember exactly how he worded it, but basically there's no longer a soul. You can't, the gates of heaven are closed to you when you have the Neuralink installed, essentially, because that's how the mark of the beast works, basically.
You know what? Crazy shit, because I used to think that way. I used to think it's like if we, you have to choose. You either die and you go to heaven, or you decide to be like, you know what? I'm going to stay and I'm going to get this, chip, whatever, in your brain, and you're going to live forever. Because, I feel like with time, you're going to be able to evolve into a kind of cybergenetic type of humanoid type of thing. And yeah, you can live forever, eternal life, but you're going to be under the control of this mass, because there has to be a motherboard type of shit in order your Neuralink.
That's a good way to put it.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're binded to this fucking thing that rules over you. Yeah, you live forever and you're a humanoid and you have all these special abilities, but it's there's always gonna be something that's gonna be holding your chain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I think that this life is preparation for the next one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's either that this is an area for our souls to grow. We're just saplings in terms of our spiritual growth. The body and the soul are two separate things. The body is a vessel for the soul, and the body contains the soul, but the soul is its own thing, and we are a soul, not a body and a soul. We are a soul, and then we are in a body. That's kind of how I see it.
Definitely.
And that this life is really just a kind of a sorting mechanism for whatever God's purpose is for us after this life. That's kind of how I see it.
Absolutely.
And you know, who knows what God is preparing us for. How well you do on this earth might dictate your place in the next life, where maybe you're a soldier in his army and you got all kinds of angelic abilities and stuff like that, like some anime level shit. But that'd be cool. But who knows? No one knows, and you can only speculate. But but this life is not it.
All I'm saying is for this upcoming Christmas or whatever New Year's that's coming, instead of getting your new Xbox, your new game console, whatever, I say you invest in some like prep shit.
Oh yeah,
you never know. Like there's times where I'm like, man, I should really buy like cases of water, cases of rice, or something like that, because I know something.
I would say cases of water are good, but what you need, well, yes, that too, guns. You need maybe food for a month, but you need to be able to carry whatever it is that you have. So water filtration equipment, not necessarily water itself. Yeah, the dog farted.
No,
he pooped?
He pooped.
Fuck.
It's okay.
Okay.
I texted my lady saying, can you take him out? She never responded.
She probably fell asleep. It's okay.
Be a
Anyway.
Father. It's okay.
Yeah, so you need water filtration, enough food for maybe a month if you're going to stay in your house, and then definitely guns and ammo. I would say something that ammo is probably going to be one of the hottest commodities, so you're going to be trading with ammo. So having a lot of ammo is never a bad idea. Even if you don't have guns, like having a lot of ammo is not a bad idea. And then, guns, ammo, food, water, ways to purify water, ways to get food. So maybe trapping equipment. And then maybe even some silver, some gold. I would say silver coins are going to be easier to use for trading. Gold is kind of just a store of value for whenever you need it. But yeah, just prepare yourselves for whatever could happen. Invest in Tesla, invest in Neuralink.
Yeah.
Invest in the things that you think maybe the world is going to be trying to push on us.
I for sure think that's going to be a thing.
Ways. Yeah. Absolutely.
Sure. I feel like that's the pathway we're going to go slowly, but eventually.
Slowly, but surely.
I'm going to say maybe not in my lifetime for sure, or maybe it will.
And don't invest in the FBDC, because while they may be trying to push you in that direction, that is not the direction you want to go, because that is where they really get control over you. When you control the money, you control everything.
Absolutely.
When you control whether or not people have money and you can just flip a switch and then the person you don't like cannot spend money, you're screwed.
Yeah, that's very scary.
When they start talking about FBDC, I'm getting the fuck out of America.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably.
Because and then the whole Neuralink, it's a hit or miss, 50 chance, whatever
absolutely.
It might be.
Honestly, it is a coin flip at this point. I have no idea where it might go, but
it might be a good thing, or it might be like
could be good or bad.
You're like asleep and you get like enjoying your sleep. Click now. Do you have quality premium sleep? You pay $9.99 a month. Who knows? We might get ads.
Yeah,
That'd be
Ready
crazy.
Player One. Oh my God! Do not give me ads.
Get the Spotify ads
directly into my brain.
Enjoying your sleep.
Might kill myself. No.
Click now for premium sleep.
No,
for $9.99 a month.
Please, if they commodify sleep, I'm not killing anyone, but I'm definitely rioting. I'm rioting. It's not going to be a good time.
It's like you're halfway through your riot and then you just like
they just like knock me out.
No, it's like your body just literally freezes and like enjoying your.
Yeah, this is why you can't have Neuralink. I feel
Jesus Christ, that smells.
It smells so bad.
I knew it.
I've been trying to ignore it.
When he started smelling,
so bad.
When he started smelling the door, I was like, fuck, this is gonna cut us short right here. It's okay. He's a puppy.
I think we should probably
look at him. He's dragging his balls right now.
I think we should cut it now. You can clean that shit up, and we can get going.
Puppy shit.
Yeah, it smells horrid.
Wow. He's getting better though. I like the fact that he walked over to the door, and I think he was smelling the door to like go out because he's starting to get it. So I'm happy.
That's good.
But we're here.
Yeah, here we are. Anyways,
I will put a Neuralink on this motherfucker.
Turn off pooping.
No, more like how about you text me when
it texts you.
notification. He's like, Arthur
Your dog needs to poop.
Oh shit.
That would actually be solid.
All right, Arthur, give me like 10 minutes. Hold on. And it just sends a fucking like notification to his little brain
That prevents him from pooping
like,
for 10 minutes.
And then he sends one back. He's like, I bet. You know.
I bet.
But all right, guys, thanks for joining us. I got to clean this shit up.
Oh, wrong one.
Yeah, I got to eat that shit out of here.
Yeah, actually.
But all right, guys. Thanks for joining us again.
This is a good conversation.
It was a great one.
It was a great conversation. Didn't talk about everything, but we talked about the key things. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And catch you guys later.